I&I problem, we do work on infiltration problems. Every road project that we've done with Tom Harris is that we've TV'd the sewer lines, we fixed the sewer lines for infiltration. We have a job going on now, I think it's Jerome or Howard, where we have to dig up the sewer to replace a broken pipe inside the sewer line.
And also with certificates of occupancy.
And certificate of occupancy, Bill Boyle does check.
We made all those orders.
Right, and we do put out, when we put out the newsletter, we comment on, sub pumps. And you know what, where the sub pumps are flowing, because in the wintertime, you see the ice on the street, and in the summertime you don't see the water, then something's wrong. So that's some of the blocks. So we are up and watching that, and we do, we try to keep an eye, and Bill Boyle does that with the closing. So.
And as far as the capital projects, I would tend to agree with Don. The best way to do it, the TVing is, if you will, the cheapest part of a reconstruction of the project, and while you have the street open, it makes sense.
Right, and that's what we've been doing. We've done 6 streets like that in the last couple of years. So, and we repaired broken lines.
And we've also gone for grants, trying to see if they would give us money to repair.
And we've been able to do that with,
and there's no doubt in my mind that the Middlesex County utility water meters over there are not working properly. So there's no doubt in my mind that sometimes they do not work as proper as.
well, they get overwhelmed at the very least.
Right. Not when you have the same meter reading for 5 days in a row from the reports, and you have the same meter reading, so it's either peaking or it's broken, one or the other. So we know that by the individual reports.
And do we need help from the engineer over the next couple of weeks?
Well, I talked to
Brandy,
and I think we do.
We already talked in reference to the engineer too. I've been talking to him because of the bills and bugging them about the flood and getting money back. They gave us some money back, but they still charged us for more additional. And they said now that just if our manholes in our open vented sewer in the back of the building go underwater, and water and flood, towpath and the one behind the public works building, if they go underwater and they're filling up with river water, that's our problem, not theirs. So I said for him to look, he's going to look into what we can do to put cover grates on the manholes on the towpath, and do something about a cover with a vent pipe for the back.
When you see the river and the canal meeting, water is flowing in behind public works and over on the towpath.
Sure it is. And
Directly
sometimes
from the river into the system.
the water company used to not read the meters during those times because they knew there was a large amount, but now they are reading the meters. So, that's the problem.
Well, they're facing budget problems.
Sure they are.
Yeah,
in your answer to the trash, okay, you had asked about billing. We charged people, we did the contract and we charged the people just like we normally did before. So if we took that, whatever it is, $138,000 that it cost, that would be a fee, and we could split that up just the same way as you're doing now.
But there would be no increase
3
over
cans
2010
per
or 2009.
per so and we can charge a garbage fee, okay? Or you can just say from now on that Rubenetti, you're going to work a deal out with the customers from now on. The contract is XYZ for the next 2 years, but after that, you work out a deal with the homeowners and you bill them directly. We don't even want to deal with the billing.
What do we have, 20 months left?
Yeah.
So this money will just be for the water, this sewer, this won't
Well, it'll be
be
the for
for
same
garbage.
thing for the water.
Right.
That we would do with the garbage.
Exactly.
Would be it.
Exactly.
You would pay on,
Yeah.
But it's a much higher number.
You need a
Once you
motion
get something
authorizing our
to the
professionals to do the research.
water, it's
I would like
never
one
gone
so
away.
I can
It's
spend
only
money
gone up.
for the.
I make a motion that we authorize our professionals to research these topics.
And spend whatever money is needed to obtain the information needed to complete the research.
Yes.
Would the census help at all?
No, not on the water meter.
Where's
Why?
that?
Well, the census would help if we were dividing the bill up by the number of people in a household.
Correct.
Peter's one person in a household.
That's mine.
His neighbor might have 2 or 4 or
It's gonna
6.
be mine.
I would be-
And a bedroom doesn't flush the toilet, a person does. Bedroom doesn't take a shower, a person does.
How about this guy?
That's why I thought a census would be helpful.
I think it would.
Pretty close.
That might be useful information.
Absolutely.
Do we want to put a limit on that?
No, we don't, because we need the information. We can't put a
Let me,
limit
let
on
me,
it.
let me just tell you we have to make a decision, whether we wanna bill yearly, or we wanna break it up into two. If we break it up to two, then we're looking at a July and December billing. If we don't get to the July, then do you wanna do 2 billings a year, or do you wanna just do 1 billing a year and do it in December? But you have to get this done this year, and you have to be able to put it in your budget.
That's why-
A lot more palatable people if it was broke up into
I
two.
think, that's why I'm saying we need to get this stuff back as soon as
Right,
possible.
and
so we
we're
can get
working
this
on that
done.
very quickly, but, the problem is we're looking at an introduction of April or early May to get it done by middle of June, so we can bill July
Right,
and then bill December.
right.
The longer we wait, then it goes August, December. No matter what you do, it's gotta have to be done by December. No?
Yes, that,
Just, this will be a first time billing for a computer company. They're gonna need at least a month.
Should we adopt it?
Yeah, should we adopt it?
Yes.
should we adopt?
Right, my motion is only about getting our professionals started on the research.
Quickly.
Okay, so the motion is that. And we have a second? Any further discussion? Roll call?
Quinlan,
Yes.
Ormosi?
Yeah.
You?
Yes.
Schaffner?
Yes,
Thanks. Yeah. Connor?
yes.
So that's where we are at this point.
Very good.
I don't think there's really any reason to discuss anything else.
We don't have any, we can't do anything else to the budget until we find out what we're
We
doing.
really want to, any other decision really will be based around that, what do you have the impact on that?
Are we going to executive?
Yes. We're
We
gonna
have to open first.
Yeah, if you want
Motion
to
open
open
meeting
meeting
to
to public.
Second.
I'll go to the meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting's open to the public? Motion to close the meeting to the public.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
We're going to executive session, we're going to discuss the PBA contract, and those is really, whereas Senator Bear's Open Public Meeting Act requires all meetings of Southampton Council to be held in public. It sets 9 types of matters that will involve to discuss in executive session, whereas Southampton Council has determined that 1 issue created by NJS 10:4-12 to discuss without the public
Sit down and vote.
discuss during an executive session to be held on March 31st, 2011 at 6:30. Well, we're gonna take a 10-minute break, so we'll go about 6:50. Whereas 9 exceptions of public meeting are now listed below. And it's gonna be any collective bargaining agreements, terms and conditions of which the borough would
You had special time.
inclusion in the collective bargaining agreement. And whereas the length of the executive session should estimate to be 30 minutes, after which the public meeting and borough council will reconvene. Now therefore, be resolved that the borough council of Southampton will executive session for the above stated reasons.
So moved.
And one change, that it's 8:50, not, sorry. And, okay, that's all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Take a little break, take it easy.
So 7:50
7:50. 7:50. What I say, 6:50?